Leafs coach Sheldon Keefe is speaking to the media on the first day of training camp. Let's listen in live.
It's a fresh set of eyes, fresh set of ideas, and something that he presented. We talked about some of the history of William playing in the middle and how it has been sort of one-off here and there, not a whole lot of runway given to it or a whole lot of time to let it breathe or to let him get comfortable there. So I think that's really what's just led us to, starting camp this way and giving him that opportunity. I do believe he'll still move around. He'll still play wing. He's talked to me about how playing as a center and then moving to the wing, whether it's for a game or for a shift here or there, is very easy and very comfortable for him. Going the opposite way is much more difficult. So to have this time, it makes it make sense that way. And I think it increases the depth of our team. But I'm well aware of who the good players are and who needs to be on the ice, and whether it's Austin or John or David Camp, we've got a lot of options there, a lot of guys that'll give us good minutes, and it'll be on me to manage it. But that will be part of what we'll see here is how does it affect the flow and the rhythm of the team when you have them, on three lines like that.
Hey, Sheldon, how much more comfortable are you now with the goaltending, given A, Ilya's season last year, and B, what looks like it's going to be quite a competition for the backup role between Jones and Wall?
Yeah, obviously with Jones coming in with his experience to come now and push the group, I think is very good and healthy for us. I know he's very motivated coming in, and Samsonov, I thought, took a tremendous step last season, and I think has had a terrific offseason. All the reports for how he looks and just talking to him, I think he's in a really good place and has come a real long way from where he was a year ago. So that's exciting. And then Joe Wall, really, you don't want to use the word surprise maybe, but because he's a highly touted goalie, he's got a lot of talent, but we think he sped up his development last season, probably quicker than we had expected, especially considering he wasn't in this camp last year. He was injured and didn't have much of an off season, but he's had a full off season now to build on the experience that he's had and the confidence that he should have gained through his time in the net last season. Extremely motivated and looks tremendous. He's been in here a real long time, training and getting ready. So I think we're in a good place there, and it's be fun to get those guys out there.
Hey, Sheldon, what does Nick Robertson need to do to make this team?
Well, I think in Nick's case, I think it would be pretty similar. He's a situation that he was in last season. So it was just to worry about his game, go out and play and compete and make it obvious that he belongs on the team and can help the team, and that he can play in the league. I think he's done that at different times here and there, but both in his ability to find ways to produce consistently in the regular season, especially, has been a challenge, like it is for a lot of young players. So finding his way through that, and then of course just staying healthy and being available is a big part of it as well. But he's with the guys that we brought in this year, there's going to be a tremendous level of competition there. We've got some options to play guys on both wings, so it's not like you look at it and think that it's impossible to find your way through. Just go out and make it obvious that you belong. That's really been my message to him is just to go out and start climbing his way back. This has been a long time, since he's played. I think he said it's been about 9 months since he's played a game. So I know he's really excited. He's a tremendous young player with lots of talent. He does have experience here. He had a tremendous training camp last season for us, and I fully expect that he will again. It's just a matter of continuing to take those steps.
Two-parter, Sheldon. To follow up on Jonas's question, with you trying or looking at Willie at center, what does that mean for John, and is there a possibility that he goes to the wing? And the second part of the question is, I'd heard a lot this summer about the idea of Austin Matthews killing penalties, and I know Trees talked about it. I think you talked about it a little bit. What are your thoughts on that as camp begins?
Yeah, on your first question, John last season did show the ability to play wing for us and the confidence to do so. So that's always an option that we can utilize at any time, we think, and John's comfortable with that. Obviously, as I've talked about here, our plan is to start with Austin, Willie, and John all up the middle, and to see what that looks like. It's something we haven't given a whole lot of time to. Not just Willie playing center at all, but usually when Willie has played center in the past, it's when one of Austin or John have been out. So we want to get a look at that, but whether it's Willie moving to the wing or John moving to the wing, we've got tremendous options and flexibility there. And with the additions that we've made this offseason, it gives us some opportunity to try some things, and I think it's necessary. As I've talked about, there is a lot of change there on the forward group, so we'll look at some different things there. As for Austin on the penalty kill, if there's minutes available on the penalty kill for us this year that we have to fill, and we've dabbled a little bit with Austin on the penalty kill a couple seasons ago, and he's willing and able to do whatever is asked of him to help the team. So he'll get some time there here through the preseason as well to get comfortable with that. I expect a number of other players to be competing hard for those minutes on the penalty kill. For me, when it comes to a player of Austin's caliber, killing penalties, it's not necessarily about whether he can do it. It's about how it affects the team and the rest of it. Obviously, if you're going to play on the penalty kill, he's likely to have to miss at least a shift of 5-on-5 play. So when you have one of the best 5-on-5 players in the league playing a little bit less, that's not always a good thing. But that's up for me to manage. What I would like to see is that our group develops as such that we do use Austin on the penalty kill, but depending on what is happening in the game, that we have a number of others that are able to play that, to take those minutes as well.
Hi, Sheldon. Can you share?
Okay, we've been listening in live to Leafs coach Sheldon Keefe speaking to the media on their first day of training camp, saying that he's pretty confident about the goaltending situation of the Leafs, with Martin Jones coming in as a new Leaf. Samsonov had a great offseason, and he thinks that he's in a good place. Also, Joseph Woll really sped up his development last season. Also talking about kind of the strategy for the players he's going to play. Austin Matthews, William Nylander, John Tavares will all start in the middle, and he's also confirming that Austin Matthews will be in for the penalty kill, but of course they have plenty of options to work with.